Well, I guess this will be a better place than anywhere else to do like my last daily vlog of the 30 day. This will be the 31st. So let me explain about when I did 30 days of vlogging, what that meant to my channel. And you know, I did get an increase of viewership in there, but then after a while it started tapering down. Now I knew kind of like when I did my vlogs and stuff like that, that I wasn't going to get that many views. Usually I just get double digits. It hardly ever goes into triple digits, except for one, only because I had in the title the Japanese fair, so people were checking that out. But I think they probably thought I was at the Japanese fair. So what this consists of is, did it help my channel any to be consistent in doing daily vlogs? The style that I did, probably not, because when you look at the thumbnails, mostly you just see me in the car. Every once in a while you see me like here at the LA County Fair or at Knott's Berry Farm. I mean, I got a little bit higher viewership, but not much. And the other thing that kind of hurt was because I wasn't consistent in answering back on the comments. That kind of hurts as well, because sometimes a lot of people, they want that instant gratification, and then your diehard viewers will actually, they're pretty patient because they understand that there's a lot of hard work. I do have, you know, a full-time job, and by the time I get home, you know, I'm tired, I'm beat. Just to publish a video that's already recorded, it's like I get that feeling. I just want to just go to sleep for a little bit, take a nap, and then, you know, try to worry about it later. And I'll confess to you, the recording of this is May 3rd, the opening weekend of the LA County Fair, Art Unleashed for 2025. I almost didn't make today's daily vlog, which would have been number 25, I believe. I fell asleep and I woke up about 3 o'clock in the morning. So I took that video that I already filmed, cut the beginning, cut the end, made a thumbnail real quick, and then I was able to put it up. It gets kind of hard to do that. It's, you know, I'm tired, guys. And doing the daily stuff kind of just like wipes you out a little bit. But as long as I have a subject, if I'm consistent with filming and with doing that and not messing around, everything would be on time. And that's the thing that I needed to find out. What are my problems with posting? Besides, it takes a long time for it to upload to YouTube. So I'm just finding out it's a lot of it's just me. I don't want to say I'm being lazy, because I know I'm lazy, okay, in trying to get these videos out for you guys. I know I'm lazy. I got a lot of stuff to put together and put out, I just haven't done it. It's like I just feel like I want to do other things. And that's the stuff I want to like get out of the way and just be productive as far as doing YouTube. Because I want to do this stuff, but it's just like, it's tough to like come home around 8 o'clock and, you know, try to have a cup of coffee to kind of wake up out of the day, and then you're eating dinner, and then by the time I finish dinner, and if I don't pass out after dinner, get up and go to the computer room, that's probably like 10 o'clock to do my videos. A lot of times I just sit there and go, you know what, I don't want to do this right now, but I got to push myself in getting it done. So I've been running into that problem like almost daily. So I have to curve that attitude of mine and push it aside, because I do love doing this. I do love filming, you know, especially the filming part, but there's two other parts that coexist with being on YouTube and being a content creator, and that's I need to edit and I need to publish. So if I'm doing one out of the three, then being a content creator, I cannot be. You know, it sounded like Yoda rhyming stuff, but I need to do this stuff because this is what I want to do when I retire. I just want to just make videos, put them out there. Whether or not I have enough viewers or not, and any subscribers, doesn't matter. You know, I'm doing like a show and tell. Hey, look, you know, there's other things to see, let's say around Southern California or wherever I'm going to be in the future. You know, I just want to do that. But if I can't get myself in an orderly fashion to get this stuff done, it doesn't make any sense to continue, because all I'm going to do is film, and all the stuff is just going to sit in the can and do nothing. Now, that's what I mean. I just need, maybe I just need to sit back, take a week off, and just learn the process of DaVinci Resolve, because I know there's a way where I can color grade one clip and then just color grade the rest of the clips doing a couple of clicks instead of each and every frame. Or, I don't know, at least one content creator showed me how to make a LUT, so I made a LUT for my Panasonic S1R2, so I just do that and then just do a little micro adjustments here and there to each clip that's needed, because the lighting changes. And now I'm trying to work on, when I film, I have more control of the lighting, so I'm controlling like my shutter speed right now. Right now, to get this type of picture, I have it at 1/125th of a second, because you get the great motion out of it, it's enough light, and then I'm having the camera control how much the aperture is opening up, and also the ISO will go. So, you know, I'm having the camera control that, because it's, when you're filming, it's hard to control all three elements and try to run and gun it. You can't do it. You have to put it on automatic and let the camera do it. But a lot of times I don't like doing that, because the sky gets all blown out. Let's say, you know, like today, here. Like today, look. The sky, it's just, there's nothing. It's just white. You know, there's no sun, no clouds, no blue sky. So, you know, it just plays havoc with your camera, because it's brighter in the background, so it makes you darker. So when I put myself here, I can kind of control the light a little bit, so everything looks nice and rich. But, you know, I gotta learn all that stuff and then get it all out of the way. But if I don't do it, then I'm not gonna be satisfied with anything that I film or anything that I post. So I have to do this. So that's part of why I wanted to do the daily vlogs. Now, if I had different hours, I would probably go places and do my daily vlog there, and I think I'd probably get more views, because the backgrounds would change. You know, it gets kind of boring. You're sitting in the car, like half the time, I didn't even know what kind of thumbnail to put up. You know, the only thing that's different were the colors of my scrubs. That was it, you know, but what I've learned from that is I really need to get diverse in what I do, what I say. I will say one thing, my speech got a little bit better, to where I'm kind of telling the story a little bit better and staying on track. So that helped out a lot. So practicing those 30 days doing it, even though I kind of cheated and was like a week ahead, I still did every day. Even though I was a week ahead, I still did every day except the last video, which I got out of work late, and that's why I did it ahead of time, because I knew there was going to be one day I was going to be late and it was going to be too dark to film, because I can't control the lighting there. I mean, I could turn on the light in my car and then try to film, but I don't like doing that. I like taking the natural light that's there and then, you know, film. But I know I'm going to get to a point where I got to learn how to do lighting and studio lighting and all that other stuff, because I'm going to get to that point where I'm just going to clean up an area that I need so I can film and then control the lighting. So that's what I'm going to do, hopefully in the near future, like this year and not any other year. So I got to get all that done. But I am known to let things pile up, so, and that's why I could film no problem, but that piles up to where I'm not editing and I'm not posting like consistently. And that's why I wanted to do the daily vlogs, to get me to that point to do that. So did I learn anything from this? Yes, I did. I learned that I need to be versatile. I need to learn to be, I need to improvise in my stories and stuff like that, because there are days I had nothing to talk about. Because when you're doing this for 30 days, after the third week, I just started running out of things to talk about. I just didn't want to talk anymore. I mean, you get to that point, it gets tiring to do that. So now that I have like a different background, I'm in a different environment, I feel like talking because there's a lot of things to talk about. But that's what I learned in doing those 30-day straight videos, you know. But did it hurt my YouTube channel? It sure did. Believe it or not, because they want you to be consistent. I was consistent every day, same time. I get the same people to view, but it's just like after a while, you're seeing the same thing because, well, that was unfortunate. My battery died. So I'm not sure exactly where it stopped, and I'm not sure where I left off. But yeah, I just need to be consistent. I know where I'm at. Like YouTube kind of hurt me a little bit because even though I was consistent and the same time every day, the problem was you know, you're having like similar looking thumbnails and you're in the same type of environment. You know, you need to like change things around to catch people's eye. And what I find is a lot of people are visual like learners or visual like conversationalists. So if you don't change anything, they get bored really quick. They're not listening to what you're saying, they're actually seeing what you're doing. And I found that like, wow, okay, so how do I change that up? Well, you know, I'm hoping I could change their background. That's why a lot of times like people that when you change your scene a lot, you grab the audience a little bit better. So that's why people will script their videos, and then that way they know where they're at and they're in different areas, and then they edit that in. I don't do that. I don't have time to do that because I have a full-time job, and it just wipes me out. I can't sit there and just start writing, you know, a script out and try to memorize it and stuff like that. There's just no time. I probably release a video once a month, especially if I have to go to different areas and I can only do it on the weekend. I don't want to do it before work because I don't want to be late to work. So there's just a double-edged sword right there. You know, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But that's what I learned, is that if you have the same background and same environment, no one's going to pay attention to you. So that's what I learned on that. So did my channel boom a little bit? It did in the beginning. But towards the end, I started losing subscribers, and it just stabilized at 462. You know, them the breaks, that's how you learn stuff, but then also YouTube will put you in a different category, and then that may not be the category that your channel's about, and then your channel suffers a little bit until your channel gets discovered again, and then it can boom. You know, that's why when I started this channel, I wanted to use Knott's Berry Farm, Disneyland, the LA County Fair, because people look those things up, and then you get a boost, and then when they get used to who you are, then they'll attach themselves to you, and then you could build your channel from there where you want to go. The only problem is you've already established yourself at being a theme park lover, a fair lover, a foodie, stuff like that, and when you start changing your format around, then you start losing people because they're like, oh, you're selling out, this is not, I'm not, you know, they don't really say it, they just leave because that's not the content creator that they started with, that you changed your format. You know, like I said, it's a very fickle market, and I'm not saying it needs to change, it says I need to change with the times. And a great example of that is rock and roll bands. If they didn't change to meet the era of the times, then no one would listen to them anymore because they're stuck in, say, 1980. So you basically had to change with the times, but still keep the core of what your music's about. But you're kind of changing it. You're writing your lyrics differently. You're doing that and this. Same thing with YouTube. If you cannot change, if you cannot be flexible with the times or how finicky your audience is, then your channel's just going to die. But that's what I learned in doing the daily vlogs. Even though the stories might be interesting to some, they are not to others. And they need that visual, like back here, they need that visual, the color, the clarity, they need that. Even though they say audio is important, which is why I want to learn how to speak a little bit better and be more concise with my speech. You know, I don't know what else to tell you, but that's the product of doing a daily vlog, and that's what I figured out. That's what I need to do. And so I've got one thing down a little bit, and that's the speech. I'm getting it down a little bit better to where I can tell the story and just go from there. I lose track a little bit, but I am able to come back. You know, just like my battery dying on here, I'm not exactly sure where it stopped, so it's just gonna be a weird cut. But, you know, we're getting it done. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go do a couple more things here at the fair, and then hopefully I can get that fair video out there for you guys to see, hopefully the next day, which would be Sunday, because today's Saturday, May 3rd. I know I said that before, but I'm going back to it. But yeah, I'm hoping to get this in proper timing, not let it sit in the can for like 2 months, and then release it, and then you don't get any views. You know, that's the other thing. You got to be timely on this to get your videos out there. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video and what I found out about doing those daily vlogs. And, you know, did it hurt my channel? Yes, it did. It hurt my channel. I was better off not filming anything, and my channel was doing fine until YouTube discovered I wasn't uploading consistently, like maybe once a week. And so they're not promoting my channel right now, so I have to be rediscovered again. And the daily vlogs are not doing that, but eventually they will. When someone discovers your channel, they want to see what you're all about, and that's what those daily vlogs are going to help doing. So, all right, guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next time I take you. Well, you guys have to tell me if you want more daily vlogs, but yeah, to another wicked place. Good night, guys.